So you have spent hours modeling 3D product to get the details right. But when you hit render, something is off and looks fake, computer generated. I have been there, and in this video I will show you why your renders look fake, and most importantly I will show how to fix them. Before we fix anything, we need to understand what makes a render look fake. Take a look at this product render. Can you spot what's wrong? Maybe it's too clean, too perfect, maybe lighting is a bit off. The truth is, our brains are incredibly good at detecting what's real and what is not. We have been looking at real objects our entire lives, so when something doesn't match our expectations, we immediately notice it. The good news, there are specific fixable reasons why your render looks fake, and I am going to break down the 4 top culprits. Let's start with the biggest issue, lighting. Bad lighting is the number one reason render looks fake. In the real world, light bounces everywhere, creates soft shadows, and has color temperature. But in 3D, if you just throw in a couple of point lights, you will get harsh shadows and flat looking objects. Here is what you need to do. First, use HDR lighting. An HDRI is a high dynamic range image that provides realistic environmental lighting. It mimics how light behaves in the real world. Second, pay attention to light temperature. Real lights are not pure light. They have warmth and coolness. A sunset has warm orange tones, while overcast daylight is cooler and bluer. Third, add fill lights to soften their harsh shadows. In real photography, we use 3-point lighting, a key light, fill light, and rim light. Apply the same principle to your 3D scenes. The second major issue is your material and textures. In the real world, nothing is perfectly smooth or perfectly rough. Everything has micro imperfections. Your plastic might have tiny scratches, your metal might have fingerprints or dust, your wood has grain variations. This is where PBR materials come in. That's physical based rendering. Use roughness maps to add variation to how light reflects off surfaces. A roughness map tells your 3D software that which area should be shiny and which should be matte. Add normal maps or bump maps to create illusion of surface details without adding geometry. And here is a pro tip: layer multiple textures. Start with your base color, add a roughness variation layer, throw in some dirt and dust in the corners. Issue number 3 is unrealistic camera settings. Your 3D camera should behave like a real camera. Rear camera have limitations, and those limitations actually makes image look more realistic. First, use realistic focal lengths. A 50mm lens is close to what the human eye sees. Wide angle lenses like 24mm create distortion, which can actually add realism. Second, add depth of field. In real photography, not everything is in focus. Your foreground might be sharp while the background is blurred, or vice versa. This is called bokeh, and it's a dead giveaway of real photography. In your 3D software, adjust your f-stop value. A lower f-stop like f2.8 creates a shallow depth of field, while f16 keeps more in focus. Third, add camera imperfections. Real cameras has lens distortions, chromatic aberrations, and vignetting. These flaws actually makes your render look more real. Most 3D software has this option in the camera setting or as post-processing effects. The fourth issue is scale and lack of details. Humans are really good at judging scale, and if something feels off scale, the whole image feels wrong. Make sure your product is in the right size relative to other objects. If you're rendering a phone, make sure it's not the size of tablet. Put your product on the surface and add background. Include other objects for scale reference. And here is a big one: add imperfections and asymmetry. These imperfections tells a story and make your render believable. Also pay attention to edges. In 3D modeling, we often create perfectly sharp edges, but in reality, every edge has at least a tiny bevel or chamfer. Light catches these beveled edges differently, creating highlights that our brain expects to see. Now let's put it all together. Here is our product render before applying these fixes. Notice how flat and fake it looks. Now watch what happens when we apply everything we have learned. First, I am adding proper HDR lighting with warm tones. See how the shadows immediately become softer and more natural. Next, I am updating the materials with roughness variation and adding some subtle scratches and dust. Look at how the light now plays across the surface in more interesting way. Now I am adjusting the camera settings, adding depth of field and a touch of lens distortion. Notice how the background blurs out, drawing focus to our product. And finally, I am adding those tiny imperfections. Here is the final result side by side with our original. The difference is night and day. The new version has depth, character and believability. So there you have it, the 4 main reasons your product renders looks fake and how to fix them. Remember, lighting, material, camera setting and details. Master these 4 elements and your render will go from obviously CG to photorealistic. If you find this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more 3D rendering tips. Drop a comment below with your biggest rendering challenge. I read every single one, and if you want to see me break down a specific product render, let me know. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.